Hi, welcome. This is Donna with Yoga for You. And I'm here today to offer a special practice. And this is this practice on the vagus nerves. The vagus nerves are a pair of cranial nerves that extend from the brain stem all the way to the internal organs. Uh, it goes from the brainstem all the way down through the body, through the heart and lungs, down to the colon. Um, Vagus is Latin for wandering, and it refers to the wandering aspect of the nerves throughout the body. The vagus nerves have fibers that innervate virtually all of our internal organs, moving from, it's the 10th cranial nerves up here in the brainstem, and it virtually moves down through from the brainstem all the way to the heart, the lungs, the digestive tract, all the way down to the colon. The vagus nerves literally activate the parasympathetic nervous system. And this is the mechanism that controls our involuntary action and affects our moods. Think of it as the internal eye that connects mind to body. So there's this constant talking between the vagus nerves, talks to all the organs within the body, talks to the body system, find out if everything is going well. And then the body system goes back and talks to the brain to let them know things are going well, things aren't going well. And this is what triggers our parasympathetic response or our sympathetic response. A healthy or high, we talk high, vagal tone enables us to respond to stress factors more appropriately, as opposed to reacting to everything. It's associated with that sense of well-being, of joy, of acceptance, something we would like to ideally be in most of the time, while an unhealthy or low vagal tone can compromise the nervous system, creating inflammation throughout the body and an increase in stress hormones. So a yoga practice can help to strengthen the vagal tone and bring about these feelings of joy or contentment that we ideally would like. So today's practice, we're going to do some work trying to increase that vagal tone. So do what you can in this practice. Don't overstrive or push. This practice is meant to bring movement to the body and calm the nervous system. So if there's part of the practice that you're feeling you're starting to get stressed or you're overstriving, then back it off a little. Maybe just do some movements in place of what I might be offering at the time, whatever feels right for you. Okay, so we're going to start lying on our backs. Now, before we start, I just want to point out I always have my blanket nearby. This is a yoga blanket. You may or may not need it or want it. You can always use a folded up beach towel or something like that. I have a strap, a yoga strap. If you don't have one, a necktie can work, or the belt off your robe can work, or if you don't have anything, don't worry about it. It's not necessary. And I always have one or two blocks nearby. Once again, not necessary. If you've got them, great. But I always kind of have these sitting by just in case. So we're going to come down onto our backs. And I'm going to invite you to bend your knees, but walk your feet just a little wider on your mat. And if you want, you can let the inner knees drop together just slightly so they're touching, they're offering a little bit of support. So we feel a little more comfortable. If you don't like this, move to a supine position that is comfortable to you. Let's just rest our hands down by our hips for just a moment here and close your eyes. We're just going to start out just for a few moments here, just connecting to the breath. So let's do a little count of the breath together. We're going to start from 8. So as we inhale, feel the belly rise. You're going to inhale, belly rises for 8. Exhale, belly descends 8. Inhale, belly rises 7. Exhale, belly descends 7. Inhale, belly rises 6. Exhale, belly descends 6. Inhale, belly rises 5. Exhale, belly descends 5. Inhale, belly rises 4. Exhale, belly descends 4. Inhale, belly rises 3. Exhale, belly descends 3. Inhale, belly rises 2. Exhale, belly descends 2. Inhale, belly rises 1. Exhale, belly descends 1. Release the count of the breath. And let's just slowly start to drop your chin towards your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale left. Inhale center. Let's do this a few times. Exhale, turn to the right. Inhale center. Exhale, turn to the left. Inhale center. Let's do 3 more on our own. Do 1 more full round. These easy, gentle movements can help to reset the nervous system, especially if you're feeling a little anxious. And then after that last one, come back to neutral. Let's heel toe our feet back into about inner hip distance length. Again, the hands are resting comfortably down by your side. Find neutral spine. So we're not overarching the lower back, nor are we flattening the lower back down to the mat. So we have a nice natural curve here, and we're going to do a few pelvic tilts. Inhale, press your pubic bone down as the lower back arches. I'll move my hands out of the way in case you need to see. Exhale, lift the pubic bone up a bit. It's not coming off the mat. It's just lifting towards the ceiling and the lower back flattens. Inhale, reverse, overarch the back. Exhale, feel as if you're flattening the back. Now do this a few times. So we're just doing some pelvic tilts. Our pelvis is rocking from an anterior to a posterior pelvic tilt. Now, if this is bothering your lower back at all, then try it with a little less movement or less range of motion. Let's do 3 more here. And 1 more. And then come back to neutral. And I have you do something called Spandasana, all right? And it's kind of a weird little movement. So my body is not lifting off the mat in any way. I feel like I'm pushing through my feet, like I'm pushing my feet towards the bottom of my mat. And you can see me rocking. Now this could possibly pull on your hair a little. I've got short hair, so it's not too bad. If you've got longer hair, you might notice it. So we're just kind of pushing ourselves along the mat a little bit, rocking it a little. This is kind of nice for the nervous system. Sponda, the word sponda is basically a vibration. So we're creating this kind of vibration, this vitality in the body. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just pause a moment. Just find that breath, easy, easy breath. Now, heel toe your feet a little bit wider. So my feet are on the outer edges of the mat. Open your arms out wide. And let's just start to windshield wiper out the legs. So the knees are dropping side to side. They're moving together. If you've forgotten what windshield wipers look like. So I'm filming this from Arizona, and right now this is July 31st. So it's about 118 degrees here. I'm not kidding, not in my house, but outside. We haven't had any significant rain in like 3 months. So people from here, we kind of forget how windshield wipers work unless we're trying to wipe off the dirt from our windshield. Now, the next time your knees rock to the right, I want you to drop your head towards the left. Everything comes back to center. Knees go left, head goes right, and center. So you get it, just easy movements. Once again, sometimes these really nice gentle movements can help to reset the nervous system. Oftentimes we're over-striving. Always trying to push ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with pushing yourself a little, but sometimes the nervous system needs a little release. Now let's do one more time where the knees go to the right, the head to the left. And one more time, the knees to the left, the head to the right. And then come back to center. And then start to heel toe those feet back together. Extend the legs out and maybe shake them out a little bit. And then hug the right knee into the chest. This is referred to as Apanasana. And we're going to take this into a little movement. I'm going to take my right knee out to the right as if I'm moving it towards my right armpit. And then I'm going to glide it across the body into an easy twist. So my right knee is moving to the left. Then I'm going to start to straighten my right leg. Come back onto my back and release it down. Now hug your left knee into your chest. Move it towards your left armpit. Glide it across the body to the right. Begin to straighten it and come onto your back. Right knee hugs in. Move it to the right. Move it across into an easy twist. Down and back to neutral. Left knee in, towards the left, across the body into a twist. Begin to straighten it and come back. Let's do that one more time on each side. Right knee to the right, across the body towards the left, straighten it, and back to neutral. Last time, left knee in, move it to the left, across the body into a twist, straighten it, and come back to center. And just pause a moment and just feel. And then bend the knees, plant the feet. Walk your heels in just a little closer towards your hips. Hands once again resting down by your side. Let's start with 3 regular bridge movements. We're moving dynamically here. Draw your lower belly in as if you're just gently zipping up some snug jeans. Inhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Shoulder blades roll under. And exhale, slowly lower back down to the mat. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, release down. 1 more like this. Breathe in, rise up. And breathe out and lower down. Now this time we're going to add the arms. Inhale, lift the hips, arms come up and overhead as long as it's appropriate for your shoulders. Exhale, let your arms move first, have further to travel. When your wrists align with your hips, everything lowers simultaneously. Breathe in, rise up. Breathe out and lower down. 2 more like that. Breathe in and out. 1 more. Breathe in and out. And pause. And then draw your knees into your chest. Rock yourself up to a seat. Now, if you want to use your blanket or anything to elevate your hips, feel free to do so. So, one of the key or the most important component of increasing vagal tone, okay, so we have a healthier vagal tone, and stimulating our vagus nerves is through the breath. So the more we spend time on working on deep, full, smooth diaphragmatic breaths, this triggers the vagus nerve to send a message to the nervous system that everything is A-okay. We're doing great. There's no need to panic. There's no need to start to dump any stress hormones into the body. So we want this nice, full diaphragmatic breath, okay? Anytime you've been really upset, maybe you just received a bad phone call or something has happened, the first thing that you're going to notice is affected is through the breath. You start to, it's that almost hyperventilation. When we start to breathe very shallow, very quick like that, okay? A message is sent to the nervous system that, uh-oh, we have trouble here. Something's going on. We need to flip over to the sympathetic response. All right, and that is when everything starts to happen in our body, okay, in reaction to that, including the release of stress hormones in our system. So we want to try to avoid that, and we're going to do it through the breath. So we're going to do just a few rounds of a technique of pranayama, or breath work, referred to as Nadi Shodhana, okay? So this is always done with the right hand, okay? So lift up your right hand and turn the palm towards you as if you're reading your own palm, all right? So we're going to turn our peace fingers, if you know Nixon, or maybe you're too young for that, we're going to take those and we're going to tuck those in, index finger and middle finger, into the palm of the hand. So all we've got here, it looks like some type of mudra or like, some sort of like hang 10 sort of symbol. So the thumb's out, the ring finger's out, and the pinky finger's out. The pinky finger just goes along for the ride, right? So the palm is facing us, and we're going to use the thumb and the ring finger to close off alternating nostrils. That's all. So we don't have to have a lot of wasted movement, okay? We're going to start by breathing in through the left nostril. So take your thumb, close off your right nostril. Breathe in through your left. Use your ring finger, close that nostril. Now release the right nostril and breathe out. Now inhale right. Close, exhale left. Inhale left. Close, exhale right. Inhale right. Close, Exhale left. 3 more. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Last round. Inhale left. Exhale right. Now release the right hand. Breathe in and out through both nostrils. Again. Great. Inhale, sweep your palms open and stop about shoulder height. Bend the elbows and bring the fingertips to the shoulders. Now just double check that you're not crunching your shoulders up, as that creates tension as well. Relax the shoulders down. Inhale, sweep those elbows towards the wall behind you. Exhale, tuck them in. Draw your lower belly in towards the spine. Tuck your chin in a bit. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. 2 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Last one. Now inhale, come back to neutral. And let's take those elbows forward in some big circles. Releasing maybe any residual tension in the shoulders, the upper trapezius muscles that run across the tops of the shoulders. And then release down, shake that out. And if you're sitting on anything, move it out of the way, and let's make our way to all fours. So if you need your cushion under your knees, if you're on a harder surface, please make sure that you cushion those knees so you feel comfortable. So we're gonna come to all fours. Immediately check in with your front body. Firm your front ribs in, draw your lower belly in a little bit, and let's do just a couple cow pose to child's. Inhale, start to arch your back, lifting your chest and lifting your gaze a bit. Shoulders stay relaxed. Now exhale. As we start to press the floor away from us, rounding, looking to your navel, start to drop the hips back towards your heels. Child's pose or balasana. If this bothers your knees to be in this deep of bend or flexion, then you're going to be up a little higher. Here we go. Inhale, arch the back, lift your chest and gaze. Exhale, press the floor away. As you start to round, make your way back to child's. Keep moving. Our breath dictates our movement, not the other way around. Let's do 3 more. Two more. Last one. And then pause in child's pose. Feel the abdomen gently expand into the thighs with the inhale, and feel it gently draw back in towards the body with the exhale. Take 1 more breath here. Now, if you're not practicing down dog today, then you can keep going where we just were. Otherwise, inhale, arch the back, heart rises. As we exhale, curl your toes, start to shift back, and rise up into your first down dog. Make sure that you didn't allow the front body to just collapse or sag. So again, firm your front ribs in, draw your lower belly in. Use the strength in the arms and the hands to press those hips back. And let's move now. Drop those knees, inhale, arch. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lower the knees, inhale, arch. Exhale, down dog. Let's do 3 more. Breathing in and breathing out. 2 more. Last one. And then pause in your dog. Now from here, we're just gonna do just a couple little planks. So inhale, ripple forward, plank. Make sure you don't sag and then try to reverberate back. So catch yourself in your lower belly. Press back to dog. Inhale, shift forward into plank. Exhale, lift the hips up high. Down dog. 1 more like this. Shift forward into plank. And back into dog. Release your knees. Sit back on those heels for a moment and roll out those wrists. Take it both directions. Shake them out a little bit. And then we're going to shift forward and lower all the way down to our bellies. Place your hands to frame your chest. Roll your shoulders up to the ceiling and back, and hug those elbows in towards the ribs. Press your pubic bone gently down. Feel your tailbone lengthening in the direction of your heels. Inhale, curl up. You can stop part way or come up higher into your version of cobra. Exhale down. Inhale, peel up. Exhale, lower down. 3 more. Breathe in. And down. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Now this time press up to table and press back to child's pose, balasana. Bring your elbows to touch the mat and rotate out those wrists. Go both directions. Shake them out a little bit. Shift forward table, curl the toes under, and rise back into your dog pose. Steady breaths. One more round of breath from here. And then gaze forward between the hands and make your transition to the top of your mat. I've got my feet about inner hip distance apart. Put a little micro bend in the knees to accommodate especially tight hamstrings. Hands can be on blocks if you choose. Inhale, begin to lift the heart. Shoulders slide back away from the ears. And do your best to get a nice lengthened spine here. And then exhale, take that length down with you as you fold. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathe in. Lengthen your heart forward. Exhale, fold. 1 more time. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Now inhale, lengthen. Add your arms and rise to stand. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And then shake it out a little bit. okay? Let's do 3 rounds of half sun salutation. So find mountain pose. Root down through the feet. Look at your feet and then lift all 10 toes off the mat. Watch that your feet don't roll to the outer edges or those pinky toe edges of the feet. Press down through the big toe mounds. And if you can really see your feet, you can see how strong they look. Feel as if you're lifting the arches of the feet up. And then release those toes down without a gripping feeling. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the heart, add the arms, rise. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And release the hands down. 2 more times. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to your heart. Release the hands. 1 more round. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Add your arms, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to your heart. Release the hands down. Now we're going to go into, let's do 3 rounds of full sun salutation, Surya Namaskar A. Modify how you need to. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, plank position. Press the floor away from you. Inhale here. Exhale, if you'd like, you can lower the knees, lower all the way down. Inhale, curl up to your version of cobra. Exhale, press back, downward dog. Breathe in, abdomen gently expands. Exhale, it contracts. Breathe in. 1 more. Gaze forward between the hands. Make your transition to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, rise. Exhale, hands to your heart. And release the hands down. Round 2. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plank position. Inhale, press the floor away. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, curl up, cobra, bhujangasana. Exhale, press back, down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 breaths, breathe in and out. One more round. Gaze forward, make your transition to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, rise. Exhale, hands to your heart. Release your hands down. Last round, breathe in, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plank. Inhale, press the mat away. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. 3 breaths. One more round of breath. Gaze forward, make your transition. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, rise. Exhale, hands to your heart. Release your hands. Find that breath. We're going to keep moving here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lengthen. Now this time as we exhale, step your right foot all the way to the back of your mat, lunge, and then release the right knee down. So we're in a low lunge. Walk up onto that left thigh. Gently hug that left hip back a little so the hips and pelvis become more aligned, more balanced. Tailbone lengthens down as the chest rises up. Breathe here. If you feel like you want a deeper lunge, you can always go there. Now release your fingertips towards the floor. Breathe here. We're going to do 3 rounds of Yoga Drew. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, down. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, down. 1 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Now this time, inhale, arms forward and up. Watch that those front ribs don't jut forward and overarch the lower back. So draw your front ribs in. Lengthen your tail down. Release your hands down. Inhale, right knee rises. Exhale, step back. Downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Exhale it out through your mouth. Gaze forward, make your transition to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to your heart. Release the hands. Second side, inhale, arms overhead. Bow forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step that left foot all the way back, lunge. Release the left knee. Make your way up onto that right thigh. Then hug that outer right hip back a little. Feel your hips and sacrum come into a more neutral position here. Belly in, tailbone down. Reach your fingertips towards the mat. Arms out to the side and up. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale and exhale. 1 more. Inhale up, exhale down. Now bring your arms forward and up. Pause here, but don't pause the breath. Keep breathing. Draw these front ribs in. Take your tailbone down. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, lift your left knee up. Exhale, step back, down dog. Breathe in here through the nose. Side out through the mouth. Gaze forward, make your transition. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, rise. Exhale, hands to your heart. Release the hands. Now, step your left foot back. So we're facing the long edge of our mat. Pigeon toe your feet just slightly in. Inhale, arms up and overhead. On your exhale, start to slide the hands down either the sides of your thighs or the backs of the legs and fold forward. Maybe holding on to your ankles. If that doesn't work for you, then bring your hands to the mat and right beneath your head. Shoulders slide away from the ears. Gently pull yourself through the opening of the legs. Then bring your fingertips to the floor right in front of the head. Inhale, lift your heart and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now inhale and lengthen. Bring your hands to your hips. With a nice flat back, rise to stand. Turn your left toes to the left. Now I'm going to widen my stances. We're going to do some dynamic triangle poses. So I'm going to give myself a little more length. If you're challenged with balance at all, then you're probably going to be more comfortable with a more narrow stance. Inhale, arms out to the side, shoulder height. Now hinge towards the left as if you're reaching for something. Breathe in here. And as we exhale, we're going to tilt almost like a little windmill. And then rise back up. Tilt it over. And rise back up. 2 more times. Tilt it over. And rise up. Try not to lock that left knee out. Tilt it over. And this time, pause. Now I'm going to lengthen my left rib cage because I'm a little rounded here. So I'm going to lengthen it. Gaze can be up, straight ahead or down. Now my left hand, even though I can reach the floor, it's not on the floor, it's up a little higher. Take 1 more breath here, and then rise up. Pivot those left toes in, and the right toes out. Now hinge towards the right, and tilt it down. Inhale up. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, tilt. Last time. Inhale up. Now this time we're going to hold. Exhale, tilt. Watch that you're not locking that right knee out. Now I'm going to lengthen my right rib cage a bit more. Breathe here. 1 more breath. Inhale, slowly rise up and pivot those right toes in. Release those hands. Turn your right toes forward and step towards the front of your mat. Take a moment and find some breath here. One more round of breath. And then inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale, bow to the earth. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, plank position. Press the floor away. Breathe in. Exhale, lower all the way down to your bellies. Now stretch those toes out behind you. Watch that your toes aren't rolling in towards each other. Reach the toes equally towards the wall behind you. Come onto your forearms, elbows, and check that your elbows are aligned beneath your shoulders. Then slide the shoulders back away from the ears. Keep actively reaching out through all 10 toes. Just take a couple rounds of breath here in Sphinx pose. As you breathe in, feel the lower belly gently expand into the floor. And as you exhale, feel it gently contract back towards the body. Easy diaphragmatic breath. We want to keep sending that message, that email, from the body to the brain and from the brain to the body, that all is well. There's no reason to panic. And then release all the way down. Bring your hands back by your hips. Now as we roll the shoulders up, opposite direction of the mat, so towards the ceiling, spin your palms down towards the floor. That's going to help with that external rotation of the shoulders, so the shoulders stay back. Rest your forehead. We're going to do 3 locust pose, Shalabhasana. Let's start with our feet. Inhale, lift the feet up. Lift the hands up and peel the chest up. Watch that you're not jutting your chin forward. Look down to keep length through the cervical spine. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, float down. Lift the legs, hands, peel your chest up. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, float down. One more time. Lift the feet, hands, and chest. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, float down. Bring your hands to frame your chest, shoulders back. Inhale, curl up to cobra. And exhale, press back to child's pose. Again, keep working at calming that breath, because this is what is going to trigger that parasympathetic response. That's where we want to be. We want to feel nice and calm. One more round of breath from here. And then take your time as you slowly make your way back to a seat. If you want to elevate those hips back up on a blanket, you can do so. So, anytime that we're starting to feel a little stressed, it might be just some news that you got. It may be financial. At this time right now, with what our culture, our society is going through, there is a lot of stress. So whenever you start to feel that, you start to feel that stress response, the best way to combat that, to reverse it in your body, is through the breath. Number one, first thing to do. So movement in the body is great. It helps to release stress, and it helps to release that tightness that we start to feel. Whenever we become stressed, the body reacts by tightening up. So by moving through our asana, through our yoga practice, that helps to release that tension and the tightness in the body. But to combat that stress response, it needs to come through the breath. So sit up nice and tall, shoulders relaxed. Imagine you're sitting as tall as you can. Allow the eyes to close. Turn your awareness inwards. And let's just start a few really nice steady breaths. So I'm going to do that 8 count again that we began our practice with. Inhale, feel the belly, the ribs expand almost like an accordion. For 8. Exhale, feel that accordion, that body contract back in. 8. Inhale, 7. Exhale, 7. Inhale, 6. Exhale, 6. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 5. Inhale, 4. Exhale, 4. Inhale, 3. Exhale, 3. Inhale, 2. Exhale, 2. Inhale, 1. Exhale, 1. And then open the eyes, maintain a steady rhythm of breath. I'm going to move that support from underneath my sits bones. You can choose to leave it there or remove it if you'd like. Cross your right ankle in front of your left ankle. Bring your right hand back behind you, and then press the floor away so you create length in your spine. Take your left hand and cross it over. If that's not available, just do the best you can. Again, lengthen, so we're not trying to twist a bent spine. And as we exhale, please don't turn your head first. Keep your head as if you're looking out across that right knee, across that horizon. Slowly draw your belly in and begin to twist from your lower belly and lower back. Allow the twist to ascend upwards. The rib cage, the chest, and only then begin to slowly turn your gaze. Don't press the neck, the head so far back that you feel like Linda Blair in The Exorcist. If you're too young to even understand that, that's okay too. But we don't need to look all the way back behind us. Breathe in again. And exhale, slowly unwind. Walk your fingertips out in front of you, and you might just come down to the palms, or you might be able to walk your hands all the way forward, releasing your forehead to the floor. Do what works for you. Remember, we're not trying to push or overstrive in this practice. This isn't a power yoga practice. We're trying to work with the vagus nerves, working with the parasympathetic nervous response in our body. Begin to walk your way back upright. Change the cross of your legs. Bring that left hand behind, roll the left shoulder open, push the floor away and lengthen. Take your right hand, cross it over. Inhale for length. Now keep your gaze out in the direction of that left knee. Draw your lower belly in and start the twist low. And begin to ascend upwards. The head and neck are the last things that move into the twist, and they do so gently. Take one more breath. And then slowly begin to unwind. Bring those fingertips down to the floor in front of you. Start to walk them forward and just take it where it feels right for you. And then start to walk your way back upright. Nice long seat, and we're going to make our way onto our backs. Now this is where, if you've got a strap or something you can use, you may want it. If you don't have one, don't worry about it, it's fine. So we're going to come onto our back. Rest your palms down by your hips with the knees bent and the feet planted, and just pause a moment. Gaze up at the ceiling or the sky if you happen to be outside, but it needs to be a soft gaze. Feel the eyes soften. Feel the cheeks relax, the tongue. And then draw the right knee into your chest, flexing that foot. And if you're wanting to use the strap, hook that strap around that right foot and extend the right heel up to the ceiling. So extend that right leg. Now, if you don't have a strap, that's fine. Just interlace your hands behind the right thigh or just hold on to it. So whatever works best for you. Check and make sure that you still have maintained a natural curve in the low back here. If we pull that leg in too close towards the face, then you might feel your bum start to roll up and the lower back flatten. So that's what we're trying to avoid. If you're comfortable extending that left leg straight out along the floor, do so. Now remember what the key component to this entire practice has been, and it's that breath. So regardless of what we may be doing with the body, find that steady breath. We want the brain to send that email, or maybe now it's a text, to the body, and we want this body to return that text or email to the brain saying, everything's a-okay. I'm not panicking, my breath is even. Let's take one more round of breath from here. Then if you have a strap, just release it. Bring your hands down by your hips and slowly start to lower that right leg down to meet the left. And pause a moment. And then bending the knees. Let's go to that second side. So hug the left knee and flexing the foot. If you're using a strap, hook it. If you're not, just hold on to the leg. Then double check your alignment, that you're not drawing that leg in so far that the bum starts to roll up and you flatten the lower back. If you feel comfortable extending that first side, extend that leg on the second side. Now start that, make sure you're staying with that, not just starting it, you're staying with that calming breath. The more we practice this full, easy, diaphragmatic breath, this calming breath in our practice, then the more it just becomes second nature to us in our everyday lives. So that when something happens, and we know that it will, that might start to upset us, we're going to notice that reaction in the body, in the breath, so that we can turn around and go back to that calming breath. Take one more breath here. Now, if you have a strap, release it. Hands down by your side. Slowly lower that left leg out. Pause here. I like to do, usually a lot of my classes finish with something called Tadaka Mudra. So Tadaka Mudra, if you're familiar with the three bandhas, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and Jalandhara Bandha, that those can be engaged with the full exhalation, no breath in the body. If you really aren't sure about those, then all we're going to do on a full exhale is draw the belly down towards the spine, create this hollowed belly effect. Now, I wouldn't do this if you're pregnant or maybe you have a hiatal hernia or you've had recent abdominal surgery. If that's the case, then you're just going to breathe normally, all right? So we're going to reach the arms overhead, interlace your fingers, and spin your palms to the wall behind you. Then flex your feet as if you're standing on the floor. Take a breath in and expand. Let all the breath out from the body and hollow the belly out. No breath, pause. Now slowly soften the belly, release that bind in, or that hold, that inhale here. Exhale, let all the air out, draw the belly in, hollow the belly out. Soften the belly, release the locks, breathe in. Let out all the air, hollow the belly. Now soften and release. So bandha means lock. So we're kind of locking that body in. So here, draw those knees into your chest. Rock yourself a little side to side. This motion, it's called Apanasana. But this can be very nurturing for the nervous system. Again, we're coming back to those gentle movements that help to reset our nervous system. You can stay here a few more rocks. If you've got a happy baby in your practice, you can go to that, Ananda Balasana. And then whenever you're ready, you come back to center. Hug the knees in, always completing your practice with a hug to yourself out of gratitude. I like to roll my forehead to my knees to stretch out my neck, relaxing my shoulders, releasing the head down to the mat. Gently rock your head from side to side, release any residual tension in the cervical spine. And then one at a time, extend the legs out. Make sure that the feet go a little wider, like towards the outer edges of your mat, and allow those feet to roll open, default. I like to lift my chest up a little, roll the shoulder blades together, and release down. Close your eyes. And as we move into Shavasana, we're not trying to control the breath in any manner, not even trying to cultivate a particular breath. But instead, we're allowing the body to breathe for us. And just start to rest in that space between breaths. In no way are we trying to hold the breath or sustain the breath. It's a steady, easy breath. And as you lie here, just imagine that your brain, via the 10th cranial nerves or the vagus nerves, are sending text message or emails or whatever you want to, whatever works best for you. Just visualize that the brain is sending out a message throughout your body, to your heart, to your lungs, to the kidneys, to the liver, through the intestines, all the way down to the colon. And this message is a message of comfort. It's a message that everything is going great. The body is relaxed. The mind is relaxed. The nervous system is relaxed. We've triggered the parasympathetic response in the body. So the body feels no need to be releasing stress hormones. And as the brain, via the vagus nerves, is sending this message out to the body, now imagine that the different organs in the body is sending the message back to the brain. That everything is going well. Increasing our own vagal tone. A high vagal tone offers us the opportunity that when we do become stressed in life, that we're able to respond quickly and come back quickly to the parasympathetic response. So if you were driving down the road and you're calm and relaxed, listening to your favorite song, and somebody suddenly pulls out right in front of you and almost hits you, there's going to be that immediate reaction. The brain sends the message down to the body that, uh-oh, we're in trouble, we need to panic, the breath becomes short. The muscles tighten up as you get ready to slam on the brakes. but then you avoid a collision and you're able to immediately go back to that sense of calm and peace where you began. This is high vagal tone. This ability to come right back to that parasympathetic response. Low vagal tone would be if that same scenario took place, but after it happened, even though you were not in an accident, you kept breathing deeply, you were all scared, you started to shake, you were so worried about it, you went home and you were still upset about it, you told everyone about it, it was upsetting you over and over again. And that is a sign of a low vagal tone, that inability to bounce back. So find that easy breath. Imagine those messages moving back and forth from the brain to the body, from the body back to the brain. Everything is fine. We're calm, we're relaxed. We continue to practice this over and over on our mats, where we are safe, so that when we move out into our lives and things will happen, that we're able to respond better. Respond as opposed to just reacting. Please stay here in Shavasana as long as you need or you want. Whenever you are ready, you take your time as you make your way back out to your daily lives with a sense of calm and equanimity. I thank you for joining me on this journey of the vagus nerves. Have a peaceful, calm rest of your day. Namaste.